All right, this lesson is in regards to creating a work order. Um, since the first thing you do, of course, like always, go to the customers tab, type in the customer's name, then go down to your little navigation menu that's here. Go to the actual work orders tab, then go to add work order. Once you're in this screen, you'll notice that there are these two little pages up here. Um, these give you access to the templates. So in the system, we actually already have preset templates that fill out most of this information, if not all of this information for you. That way you can move quickly through getting these things put in the system. So you'll select the template and then go to, of course, the corresponding one that you need. So go through just a quick, I guess, tutorial over what these are. So the M1 and M2, those are for pool cleaners that are in the field. While they're in the field, if they come across an issue at a customer's house, they can actually create work orders in the field. They can use these templates right here to submit it into Ion. That way it shows up on the scheduling board so that you can track it. We have our tech quotes. That is for the use of the office and the use of repair technicians in the field. Essentially, whenever they press it, I'll just go ahead and hit apply. Fills out all this information for them as far as the work description, which of course you can add notes here for the customer to be able to read. And then, of course, to the right, it says basically the disclaimer expressing that they're agreeing to the charges. This kind of acts as though it's an electronically signed carbon copy. So we'll fill out these line items and put in a description, pump, price, and the quantity, and add item, and now they actually have a quote. Um, so we can put in our name, and that's it. We just got to fill out the corresponding information that goes here. The really important thing regarding these work orders is whether or not we're sending the estimates, whether or not we're releasing the work orders. This is a case-by-case basis depending on the job that you're booking. So for the example of a tech quote, yes, you would send the estimate to the customer because you're trying to get them to approve this quote for $1,250 for a pump, um, but you would not release the work order. Reason for that is um, it won't show up on the schedule if it's not released, which makes it easier to track. So if you have 18 quotes in the system and they're all sitting in the schedule under the 2A queue service repair quotes holding queue, which is the one that's automatically attached to this, um, and you've actually released it, then you just have a whole bunch of quotes that you're looking at, and there's functionality of the system where you can track that without needing to do all of that. So what we do is we send them the estimate and we don't release the work order. That way when they do hit the accept button because they want to move forward with this job, it pops up on the schedule, and now you have more like 1, 2, 3 that you will know are confirmed approvals. So we can call them and follow up. Um, what's going to happen is I don't need this. This is a not good quote. It's fake. I'm going to X out. Nothing has changed here. Notice when you go back, now it's here. It created a draft for you just in case. It didn't even save everything because I didn't save it. I didn't submit it. I didn't do any of that stuff. But it saved a good portion of the information. So what we need to do is actually go over here. We need to delete it because it's not necessary. And that's essentially adding a work order. So I'm going to do it again right fast. Add a work order. Let's just say a customer calls in and says that the pool doesn't look as good as they would like for it to look. So you can go over here to the dirty pool. You can open it, and then it's got some basic information. Assign it to the day that we need to go out there. The work order type is already set to quality assurance. There's plenty of these as well. You just have to go through and read them, find out. They're pretty self-explanatory for the most part. Who are you going to actually send it to? The best thing that we can do with weekly priority dirty pools is to assign one to the tech and then assign one to the office to be able to track. So you need two. So I'm going to say we're going to send Sean out, And the reason why, essentially the difference between these three, work description, tech instructions, and customer instructions. Work description is obviously the work that we're going to be performing. The tech instructions are specifically notes that the technician needs to know. The customer cannot see these technician instructions. And then the customer instructions are, of course, things that you're trying to inform the customer to do in regards to before we get there or with this work order. So unlike this one, I want to inform the customer that we have it under control. I'm going to send the estimate, yes, but I'm also going to release the work order. I don't need their approval to go do a quality assurance on the pool because they complained. And that's the difference. If we need their approval for money because they're going to be spending it, we would say no because they need to accept the quote. But in this case, there's no money involved. We've already informed the customer. We've received the information. We just need to get it on the schedule and release it. And I want to have a backup here that says, yeah, I did send this to the customer to let them know. So here we go, update the work order. Now it's on the schedule. This is where they would click accept whenever they get it. So you don't need to press this. This is for the customer only. You can go back and you can edit it from here as well. You can do a resend. If you want to get that screen to pop up, you actually have to do a little bit of a small change. You can upload images to the work order if they need to know, or if you're trying to get images to the technician that they can reference. A lot of stuff that you can do. But yeah, that's it. Notice over here it says accepted and released. You can scroll over here to the history, and you can see that it was sent right here. The work order was sent, and it was updated. Tracks all of this information for us. So we got the work order that is assigned to the technician to go perform a quality assurance. Now we need to do the same thing again, but we need to have it for us in the office. So what day are we going? On the 14th. This is the tracking queue that we use. It's automatically assigned. Here's the person sending, and there we go. Now we have a way to actually track this thing. So send the estimate, no, we don't need to. It's for us. Release the work order, yes, because we're trying to see it on schedule. That way we can track it. Exit. Now we have one for the tech, one for us, and we can actually see it on the schedule right here. Bam. Go back so you can see it again. Go to the schedule. 1CQ, weekly priority dirty. So look at, we're tracking these work orders. But I don't need those, so of course now I'm going to go back and delete them. And that's it. That is how you add the work orders in regards to templates, things along those lines. Just have to go through, read them, see which one is corresponding to the job that fits best, and then of course never be worried to ask questions if you're confused, because there are quite a few of them, and you want to make sure that you assign the right one. And like I said, in some cases, things are driven by intuition, so you have to decide what information should be on that. You can remove information as needed, and you can add information as needed to those templates. But that's all based on where you're at with that customer. So, yep, that is it.